Phone! Load thine shit!
The Magog on the Mars. News you need. Our main story. To prevent the renegade terrorist Modakin known as Abe from possibly destroying Soulstorm Brewery, the main security gates can only be opened by direct order of
That should do it. Now it should be working. Okay.
Ta!
But I think we might be cool. Oh no. Is that a desert eagle? Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, they're pissed. They're pissed. I bombed their nest.
LOL1. Rats W guns.
No, dude, they're winning. They're winning. These must be like descendants of Splinter or something.
And we're back. Hopefully this time with sound. Thank you, Artyom Havok, for the on-the-fly tech support, because even if I'm sitting in the chair and pushing the buttons, I have no idea how any of this works. Because I'm not a streamer. I am just pretending to be one on Twitch. Hey Sean, welcome in. So after a little bit of a false start there, we are here. We are ready to go. My name is likeanapple. I have taken over Artyom Havok's stream this week, and today is my last day, my last stream of the Havok Apple Takeover event. And I've really enjoyed this. I have had so much fun. I do have to reflect on it, though, that Havok makes this look easy, and it is a lot of work, and there is so much like infrastructure that goes into it that I really have kind of a newfound appreciation for streamers and streaming in general, because this is not an easy thing to do. And, you know, I know that, having lived with Havok and kind of watched him grow, in his streamer journey, but it's really a different perspective to be sitting in this seat. And as you guys just saw, I'm really appreciative that he can come and fix stuff kind of in the moment, because I would not have known necessarily how to fix that mic issue. So welcome in. Happy to have you here today. We are going to be playing Yakuza 0, which I'm looking forward to. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But before we get into that, how's everybody doing today? What is something exciting that you have done or accomplished today? And show off a box. Okay. All right. Box redeem coming in early, coming in hot. Let me see what I can find. Okay, our box of the day is going to be Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind's GOTY edition, Game of the Year. All right, so as you guys may have heard, I have spent a lot of time in Bethesda games and Elder Scrolls games. I have hundreds of hours in Oblivion. I am continuing to put hours into Skyrim on the Steam Deck. But I have yet to actually beat one of the damn things because I am paralyzed by choice. I just can't commit to a path. I try. I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm doing a brawler build, you guys. It's gonna be fists. It's gonna be two-handed weapons. We're gonna be tough, and I get 10 hours in, 20 hours in, three solid story missions, and then I'm like, maybe I want to do a stealth build. Maybe I need to go back and be a thief. I feel like I'm missing something by not being a thief. So in all of these games, I have to jump in and try something for a bit of time, and then I get distracted and start over. So I have played the heck out of the first 6 hours of a lot of Bethesda games. However, I have never played Morrowind. So we are going to check out this box, and very potentially, this is a game that I very much want to play, and so I'm just going to get excited about it and put down Skyrim and play many hundreds of hours of Morrowind and not actually get anywhere, because that's my pattern. All right, so Morrowind is described as the most detailed game world ever created, where you create and play any kind of character you can imagine. And that exactly is my problem. Too many characters, too much choice. Gotta try it all. Sets a new standard in gaming with its incredible graphics, in-depth gameplay, and innovative character development. Experience the definitive version of this award-winning role-playing game. Good stuff. So, we are rated T for blood and violence. Somebody paid $18 for this. I'm not sure if it was Havok or not. That's kind of the exciting thing about all of Havok's boxes, is most of them have price tags, and it's really unclear if that's the price that Havok actually paid, or someone at some point in this box's journey paid for this box. Because we accumulate boxes in all kinds of ways in this household. All right. Cardboard inset here, in very good quality. Either someone didn't play this a ton, or they took very good care of it. So we have a double barrel CD case here with 1, 2, 3, 4, count them, 4 game discs. And again, everything is in very nice shape. I don't know if this has ever actually been played. We also have a beautiful map. And I'm not even going to try to butcher this, semi-Norse language in here. But yeah, beautiful detailed map. Hey, question, it was at the 8th estate sale? All right. You pro gamer types, the people who play lots of video games, when you have a map like this in the box, do you actually pull it out and refer to it? Or is this just, a piece of paper that never gets unfolded? Because, it's beautiful, but I think most games have, like, in-game maps. So what is the functional purpose of the map? Is it just, do people put them on their walls? Is there, like, someone have a cartography library? That would actually be pretty sweet. Like, when we're obscenely rich and buy a castle, out in the countryside somewhere, I think we need a room dedicated to game maps, where we somehow preserve and showcase all of these beautiful. All right. Here's the tricky part. Where are the folds? There are the folds. All of these beautiful maps that come in big boxes because, they're a lot of fun, and I just have this idea, this kind of like, gothic library that is just filled with game manuals and maps. Yeah, Havok, you just something kind of cool. You've got a couple poster frames that have kind of some rotating game posters in them, which is a lot of fun. So I think that's neat, but, as you guys can see from the office here, there just isn't enough wall space for that. We have Game of the Year Edition Addendum to the player manual. I have never seen a GOTY addendum before. I appreciate addendums. Sometimes I think they're a lot more interesting than what the actual, OG content is. I'm just talking about, like, in life, like, academic papers or, medical documentation chart notes. Addendums are where you find the good stuff. We do love a color manual. Unfortunately, the addendum is not in color. It does tell you all about placing notes on the map, mercenaries, pack animals, werewolves. I just became a werewolf in my Skyrim playthrough, and so far it's been a pretty useless feature, and does not jive at all with the thief build I'm currently doing. But I feel like I am not giving it what it needs, but it's just, my character isn't built to support being a werewolf, but I did it anyways, in kind of the sake of, completionism. This is the problem with Bethesda games, people. Too much stuff to do. Alright. This is a lovely manual, and goes through all the various classes. The classics are the Argonian, Breton, Dark Elf, High Elf, Imperial, Khajiit, Nord, Orc, Redguard, and Wood Elf. Alright, chat. What is your preferred Elder Scrolls player character, or character class? I always end up going for the Wood Elves. And I've tried to play many other characters. Right now my Skyrim character is Khajiit, but I always end up, I get the farthest with Wood Elves. I kind of feel like they're really pretty versatile. How about you guys? A breakdown of all the weapons. This is a good manual. Tells you how to wear some armor. Important. Working through all the different types of destruction, restoration, illusion, conjuration. Nice. Sean did a spell sword in Morrowind, a sneaky archer in Skyrim, and don't remember what you did in Oblivion. Yeah, that's fair. I think Oblivion, I got the farthest, like I said, in Wood Elf. I'm currently doing a sneaky thief Khajiit build, and I told myself I was going to specialize in one hand so I could go and just, like, stab people with a dagger, but of course I'm just defaulting back to a bow because the bow truly is, like, the best for stealthing around. Last Skyrim character was a heavy armor conjurer. Now that is an interesting combination. That's an interesting combination. Alright, what else we got? We have a software registration card. The original data mining strategy. What do you get when you register your software? Oh, you will be entitled to 90 days technical support and discounts. The idea of an orc in plate armor that summoned zombies seemed delightful at the time. It does seem delightful. I actually really like that. How did it work for you? What's our review of the heavy armor orc conjurer? Did it work, or are you just like, this just isn't flying? Okay, so that is Morrowind Game of the Year edition. And you guys got to hear all my hot takes about my successes and failures in current and past Elder Scrolls games. I'm staying out of, I'm totally forgetting the name, Elder Scrolls Online, because I feel like that is just something that would just take over my life in a really unhealthy way, so avoiding it. Yay, Big Box. Welcome in, Purblind. Worked pretty well until a bug in the PS4 version caused me to occasionally absorb my own spells, and I couldn't mod in a fix. Oh, bummer. Bummer, bummer. Well, now I want to play as an orc conjurer. Better start over my game. Dang it, Sean! There we go. We just did it again. You gave me some ideas, and now I have to go back to the beginning. Anyways, I'm doing great, Purblind. How are you? This is a Skyrim stream now. It came so close to being a Skyrim. I threatened Havok that if we couldn't figure out what to play, y'all were just gonna have to watch me play Skyrim and just like click really fast to get through the dialogue because I've heard it a million times, and I would just grind in silence, and you'd all have to hang out with me while I did that. Luckily, we did not go that direction. The bottom of OBS, please mute the one that says desktop audio. Muted. Better? Yeah. But I'm doing great. What have I done today? So I did not sleep great last night. I don't know what it was, but just had a hard time falling and staying asleep. But after dropping the dog off at daycare this morning, I was able to. It may have been booze. It usually doesn't help, but I also had a coughing fit during the middle of the night, and yeah. Anyways, for whatever reason, did not sleep great. But the best part was after dropping the dog off at daycare around 7 a.m., because I wasn't at work today because I'm on vacation, I was able to come back, crawl into bed, and sleep till 11:30, and it was so good. It was awesome. There is nothing better. This is like top tier human experience. There is nothing better than having to get up and do something, but then being able to go back to bed. Like, peak human experience. Really one of the best. And then it's been a kind of a busy day, and then we ate homemade sausage. Yeah, it's been a busy day in the Apple Havok kitchen. So we smoked a whole duck last night, which was a little disappointing. I'll be honest. The meat was good, but it was so hard to get to. Like, it was so tough. And so it's very possible that smoking a duck isn't the right way to go. Maybe it needs to be in the oven where we can maybe cook it at a higher heat. But it was tough. We picked off the meat that we wanted, made quesadillas with it, but today I've got the carcass simmering for homemade duck stock right before starting the stream, which is why we're running a little bit late. I had some chicken thighs in the Dutch oven, and so just pulled those out. And so we're gonna have kind of like chicken duck, duckin. We're gonna have duckin soup tonight. So the stock is busily simmering away. It's gonna be delicious. We grow our own bay leaves. And I don't know if you guys are much of cooks out there, but have you ever noticed that a lot of recipes will call for a bay leaf? And you pull out this like dry, desiccated leaf, and duck and A, exactly. Duck and A soup. But the recipe will call for a bay leaf, and you pull out like this dry, desiccated leaf that looks like it fell off a tree, and it doesn't really smell like anything. You put it in the soup. It's kind of like a ritual more than it is, actually doing anything for the soup. It simmers in there, and then you pull it out before you eat it. and you don't really know what that bay leaf added to that soup. Well, that all changed when I encountered fresh bay leaves. We have a bay bush, and you guys, bay leaves actually smell like something. They smell really nice. They're kind of eucalyptusy, kind of green, herbally, and if you put it in the soup, like, it actually smells good and it tastes good and it adds something to the soup. So after all of, my life of just, tossing a bay leaf in because it's the thing that you're supposed to do, now that I have fresh bay leaves, it's like, oh, I'm so excited to get to put a bay leaf in this soup. So stock is simmering away with some onions, some carrots, some bay leaves, toss some coriander in there, and of course the smoked duck carcass. So that's gonna be really delicious tonight. Also, like I said, it was a busy day in the kitchen, or kitchen adjacent spaces. We made homemade sausage, or we ate homemade sausage for brunch, breakfast, lunch. And it's going to get cold this weekend, and there's even the potential of snow on Tuesday. And our pepper plants are still producing and they're still going strong, but it's time. It's time that we're going to start bringing in everything because we just don't know how much longer it lasts. Yeah, Sean, sorry to break it to you. There's potentially, at least up where we are, there's potentially snow coming on Tuesday. So take it with a grain of salt because Pacific Northwest weather is unpredictable, to say the least, particularly when it comes to snow, especially since everyone around here, when they hear snow, it just causes kind of a massive freak out. Why were you not consulted? I know, tell me about it. Why were our pepper plants not consulted? Because they could just keep going. Freeware Pirate, welcome in. You've heard rumors of snow, whispers on the wind of a thing called snow. Yeah, we may get some snow, but hopefully if it does happen, it'll be light and we can go back to just, having it be pissing rain constantly. But yeah, so time for the pepper plants to start coming in. I posted some pictures in Havok's Discord. We have just an obscene amount of green habaneros. Some of them I'm sure will ripen up a bit, but if y'all got great suggestions for what the hell to do with probably 6 pounds of green habaneros, I'm listening. I'm interested. I'm probably going to be going to the Reddits later to, post some questions to the chili heads over there to see what we can be doing with green habaneros. But if you've got ideas, I'd love to hear it. We also have probably 15 Carolina Reapers on the spectrum from totally green to red and ready to go. And you guys, Carolina Reapers are scary. They are scary, scary peppers. They were bred to be the world's hottest pepper and still technically hold that spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. I think they're at 1.2 million Scoville units. It's either 1.2 or 2.1. I don't remember. Carolina Reapers are melt your face, cause intense intestinal cramping, send the uninitiated to the emergency room, ruin your day for a solid week kind of peppers. And we have a bunch of them. The other thing about Carolina Reapers that y'all should know is that they smell amazing. They look dangerous, they smell dangerous, they are dangerous, but they also smell fruity and citrusy, and there's just this edge of kind of, savory heat on them. They smell so good. And so of course Havok just wants to take a bite out of one. He knows he shouldn't. He knows it's a terrible idea, but it's just the forbidden pepper calling to him. I mean, he's like an 11-year-old with a Tide Pod, looking at those peppers. So we have a variety of green reapers and red reapers, and need to figure out something to do with them. I think something we're gonna do is I'm gonna infuse a little vodka with them. The thing about, if you've ever infused vodka before, it too happens on a spectrum. If you're gonna do some tequila or some jalapeno infused tequila or vodka, you want the jalapenos to sit there for about a week. That gives a good flavor, that gives a good heat. Purblind, hold that thought. Science has gone too far. Hold that thought, because I got more hot facts to tell you guys about Carolina Reapers, pun completely intended when I said hot facts. But So if you're infusing liquor with spicy peppers, for a jalapeno, they say do it about a week. That gives you a good amount of heat, you get the flavor. Then if you've got something spicier like a habanero, you can do it a week too, but it, amps up the spice significantly. And they recommend that you test it after, 2 to 3 days. We infused some vodka with Thai chilies for about 2 days, and it came out with like a good little punch of heat. But they recommend for Carolina Reapers, if you're going to be infusing them, to do it no more than 2 hours. So if you think about, getting kind of like a mild, pleasant, jalapeno-y, peppery vodka or tequila after a week with a jalapeno, and then you think about Carolina Reaper, and you only want it in there for about 2 hours. So that should give you an idea about how freaking spicy these things are. Hey, welcome in, Tacky Rosh. Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use honeycombs. But yes, I love it. So Havok is frantically typing right now. He's like, don't get her started. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. So at work, when we've got daily huddles, and at the end of every daily huddle, somebody has to share a really bad dad joke. So I've got just a don't do it. I have a huge supply of super bad dad jokes. So since you started, I'm gonna hit you guys with some of my favorites. Thank you, Tacky Rosh. I'm doing great. So this is my personal favorite. Why do Norwegian battleships have barcodes on the hull? It's just Scandinavian. Yeah! Jazz hands. No, don't do it. Okay, I got a new one. So, teacher is taking attendance on the first day of class and is going through a student list. And, he gets to a name that he can't pronounce. And this name is spelled Hijkm. And so he's like, oh, gosh, guys, I'm really sorry. I'm having a hard time pronouncing this one. It's spelled Hijk. And a girl raises her hand and she's like, it's me. And it's pronounced Noel. That one is a bit of a thinker. It took me a hot minute to be like Hijkm, and it's pronounced Noel. Noel. Yeah, we got it. All right. Thank you for allowing me to embark on my favorite hobby that deeply irritates Havok, which is telling him all the bad dad jokes. So, Purbright Gamer and Sean and Takirashi, thank you for enabling me. All right, but looping back to Purblind Gamer's comment about science having gone too far in the creation of the Carolina Reaper. You're correct. So here's the interesting thing about that, is that the guy who invented Takirosh, not Takirashi. I'm sorry, my bad. Sorry about that. I will do better. Forgive me if I say it wrong. Going back to the Carolina Reapers, it was created by a guy, and I forget the first name of his company, but it's something like Edward Pucker Butt. Seriously, is the name of his company. Let's make it simple. Call me Tacky. Good. I can do that. All right, Tacky or Talkie? I'm doing my best. The Carolina Reaper was invented by a guy who owns a company, the last word of which is Puckerbutt. Which makes sense for a hot pepper company. But he got really, really interested in cancer prevention because he had a number of family members die of cancer, had a genetic predisposition to a variety of cancers in his family, and, got into doing a fair amount of research. And cancer rates are lower in countries and areas that eat high amounts of very spicy peppers. So this guy then decided that he was going to, selectively breed to make the spiciest possible pepper, frankly for science. He was like, if we can really increase the level of Scoville units in these peppers, maybe there's medicinal uses for it. But instead, he came up with some insane peppers, like the Carolina Reaper. He's also developed a couple others called like Pepper X, and a couple other hybrids that are supposedly twice as spicy or more as the Carolina Reaper, but it hasn't been verified by like the Guinness Book of World Records yet. So, technically the Carolina Reaper still holds the title for the spiciest pepper, but it was done out of a desire to see the medicinal properties of spice and see if there are some cancer preventing properties there. But it took off, and because people go nuts about peppers, it really took off. So now there are Carolina Reaper eating contests. There are all kinds of hot sauces, and you can find it anywhere. And it's a bit of a novelty, but the thing about the Carolina Reaper is that it's also actually a very good pepper as far as flavor and kind of culinary applications for if you can get past the heat or, successfully utilize the heat. So, I think that's interesting. It is certainly science. I will leave it up to you guys if it is science gone wrong, but it is most definitely science. Anyways, we've got a bunch of Carolina Reapers. I would love to hear your ideas with what the hell to do with them, if only to save Havok from himself of just biting one up and picking one. Oh, cool. There's a podcast lecture on hot pepper called It Burns. I'm going to have to find that because I think peppers are honestly just fascinating. I also listened to, I think it was on like the Splendid Table on NPR, but they were interviewing someone who was talking about like the evolutionary history of the pepper and how it really just expanded across the world. It was one of the things, peppers are indigenous to South America, or spicy peppers, hot chilies. And they actually got to the rest of the world via, Portuguese and Spanish trade ships, which was not that long ago in this like spectrum of human history. So peppers didn't make it to places that have intensely spicy cuisine, places like Indonesia or India or China, up until like the 1600s. And then they really just integrated it into their cuisine so quickly and so thoroughly that, you'd think that chili peppers were indigenous to those areas, and they're just not. They grow very well there. They align with the cuisine very well. India grows a lot of green pepper or peppercorns, for example. And, peppercorns it's not quite spicy, like there's a burn to them, but it's not chili pepper. But, cuisines that already used a lot of pepper, a lot of ginger, a lot of kind of spicy, pungent aromatics took to chili peppers very, very quickly. And I just think that's fascinating. I also think it's fascinating that, as Tacky points out, that capsaicin was developed as an insecticide. That did not stop some bugs from really chewing the hell out of our habaneros. But, also that birds don't have capsaicin receptors. And some peppers, a lot of peppers, have evolved to be visually appealing to birds, that, bright red. And it's a smart evolutionary move because if you were a plant, who would you rather be eaten by? Would you rather be eaten by bugs, who don't, bugs eating you doesn't really do much for your survival or, your ability to reproduce. We're not going to talk about pollination. That's a different thing. Would you want to be eaten by, little mammals? Maybe. Little mammals would eat the seeds, and then, maybe you as a plant would find yourself pooped out and start sprouting within maybe a couple mile radius. Or do you want to be eaten by frickin' birds who will eat you and then poop you out miles and miles and miles from where you started? So capsaicin and peppers and birds have kind of a symbiotic relationship. Birds don't have capsaicin receptors. Plants have kind of selected themselves to, be appealing to birds so that they can travel. I know this is attributing a lot of like motivation to evolution, and we know that's not the case, but I do think it's really interesting that these kind of mutually beneficial pathways develop. Anyways, Sorry, I did not actually mean to talk to you guys about peppers this much. It's just a topic I find very interesting. I did, in preparation for playing Yakuza, do a little Googling about, you know, the actual existence of real life Yakuza. And I'm not going to get too into it because I wouldn't do it justice. But one thing I found that was super, super interesting was some of the gang rituals that come with being in Yakuza, such as cutting off a pinky finger or parts of a pinky finger as penance, essentially, for doing something wrong when you're in the gang in Yakuza. So this is a very well-known, well-established thing. It's been happening for hundreds of years. But, you know, if someone has wronged the gang, the Yakuza group, or someone in it, they are to cut off a piece of their pinky finger and present it to their boss as a way to amend for their transgressions. And, you know, why a pinky finger, and why not an ear, or why not, you know, some other digit? Pretty much anything that you're going to cut off yourself is going to be equally awful. But this I thought was fascinating. So it's a pinky finger because of the way that, you know, traditional swords are held, which is with, I'm finding the camera here, the grip comes from mostly these three fingers, and then the pointer and the thumb are loose, and that gives you some control, but the strength of your grip comes from these three fingers. So if you cut off a bit of your pinky, it weakens your sword hand. And this actually had some advantages for dealing with bad behavior in the group, not because, you know, you're effacing yourself or you're doing something painful and you'll never do that thing ever again, but it's because it weakens your sword hand, which makes you more reliant on the rest of the group to protect you and to work with you. So it's both, you know, kind of literally and metaphorically increases your reliance on the group and makes you less likely to act independently in a way that the group does not want you to. So that's where cutting off the pinky finger in the Yakuza gangs started, and, you know, it's from medieval times, essentially. So I thought that was fascinating. And it still persists today. It is becoming less popular because it's a really good identifier, actually, for police. So if you see someone who's missing part of their right pinky, that is a really good sign that they might be Yakuza. And this has sprouted the growth of a strong, like, prosthetic pinky market in certain areas of Japan, specifically for Yakuza who are trying to avoid detection by local law enforcement because they've cut off a chunk of their pinky. So, fun stuff. I thought that was super interesting. I will be looking for pinky removal in this game, and we'll see if it happens or not. So I think with that, I think that's a great segue for us to switch over to Yakuza 0 and see how that treats us. Hey, Mr. V, yes, tattoos are also an indicator. And real Yakuza use a gamepad. Well, lucky for us. Lucky for us, we've got one. Yeah, and that also is one of the reasons that Yakuza are frequently seen in like full-body suits, is because the tattoos are not to be revealed to anyone outside of the Yakuza gang. It sets them apart, yep, as you're saying, sets them apart from other Japanese people, because it's not necessarily a common thing, and it's also, you know, a commitment to the Yakuza culture, because most of the tattoos are still done traditionally, you know, stick and poke style. Taki, what about your diatribe? Going back to stuff like nicotine and caffeine are also pesticides, but caffeine gives the human neurochemistry a boost, has effect on bees. They are more likely to remember the position of flowers and trees. Yeah, that's really interesting. And you know, I think plant biology and the interface between plants and critters and humans is just really fascinating. You know, if you ever get a chance, it's been out now for like the book's like 20 years old, but Michael Pollan's Botany of Desire is really interesting because it kind of breaks down how some plants and humans have kind of coexisted, and have developed to meet each other's needs based on human desires. So the Botany of Desire, it's very good. Okay, Yakuza, new game. I'm gonna play it on normal. I know this is a well-loved franchise, so excited to see what the hype is about. You guys having a bad day. Hey Gondolarian, welcome in. Happy to see you. We just fired up Yakuza 0. After spending 45 minutes talking about peppers. Has no auto-saving, so when you come across a phone booth, throw it in order to save. Okay, good to know. Yeah, Taki, unlike some other games that we could name that are notorious for such gimmicks. Oh no, Sean, I am sorry to hear that. That is a bummer. Did you go back and do it over again, or did you just walk? Are you like, that's it, burn it down, I'm done? Fair enough. December 9th, 1988. Excited for some 80s vibes.
こんな時間さすびら切ったってタクシー捕まんないんだから。やだもう。いいから宅代出してよ。
This guy seems like a real winner. Classy guy. Oh yeah, that's what ladies love to hear. Chances are the remaining aren't 10 minutes I won't get to any actual gameplay. Ah, so be it.
おいちょっと待てよこれ。おいてめえ、ぶつかっといて何しかとこいてんだよ。ちゃんと謝れっつんだよ。土下座しろ土下座。おい、よしよ、よせ。
Uh-oh. Hey Bork, welcome in. Lots of cutscenes. The entire game is just this guy just like walking solemnly across different parts of Japan. I wouldn't be mad. That's fine.
Yo. 頼んでおいた仕事どう？終わりました。ちょっと封筒が。このままでいいっすか？そんなこと気にしないでいい。むき出しだろうが金は金だからね。
Maybe.
堂島組さんは仕事早くて助かるよ。
Hey Rat Clown Car, welcome in.
約束の1割。ご苦労さん。どうも。
Hey, I hope you're doing well too.
これは俺からの気持ちね。
Trying to show the case the
Yeah,
first hour
so,
doesn't give the full perspective on where this
鳥藩が
goes.
常識のこのご時世、安い取り分でやってもらってんだ。普通なら本職の人にこんな安い額の取り立て頼めないからね。でも同年代のガキどもが万札ちらつかせてタクシー乗る時代に本職の君が金もないんじゃ様になんねえだろ。ま、これは俺との初仕事を終えたご祝儀みたいなもんだ。
Yeah, take a loan or a gift from a loan shark. That's fine.
Arigatou
Totally a
gozaimasu.
gift, no strings attached. Not something your kneecaps are gonna pay for later.
しかしバカに金貸しちまうと後が面倒でしょうがねえな。30万ポッチ捨てんのは簡単だが回収しとかねえ
Frodo
と
isn't
商売と
violent,
しての
goblins
け
will
じ
still
め
be
が
alive.
つかね
Okay, also true.
えな。
I don't know. Frodo does morph into a badass, but you know, you can tell he's a badass with anxiety.
今の世の
The
中
struggles.
金の本当の価値が分かってるやつなんてほとんどいやしない。その点学のない君の方が高学歴の若造よりよっぽど分かってる気がするんだけど、そうじゃない？俺には分かりません。それじゃこれでなあ、うちに来ねえか？
I got some
Ninja.
kneecaps for you to break.
君の腕っぷ
Possibly
し
not
な
even your
ら
own.
ヤクザやるよりもっと簡単にもっと多くの金が稼げる。いい飯腹いっぱい食って
Every meal a
い
feast,
い
every night
女
an
を好きなだ
orgy.
け抱ける。
Sounds
それだけじゃ
exhausting.
ない。
That
金
sounds
さえあれ
really,
ば
really
不幸な人間を幸せにすることすらで
like
き
at
る。
a certain point you're just like, I want to be by myself and eat some vegetables.
ヤクザは
That's
下
all.
積みが長え。
That's all I need. A little
手
bit
っ
of
取り早く
downtime.
のし上がるにはうちに来て稼ぐってのもいい選択だと思うんだよな。
Gondolierian, a hobbit murder spree for skipping second breakfast could have taken out the entirety of Mordor. Yeah, you don't want to get on the bad side of a hangry hobbit. Ooh, hangry hobbit sounds like a really awesome name for a punk band.
ヤクザには
But maybe a punk band that only
誰
does
かを
like
幸
punk
せにすることなん
covers
て
of like children's
できないんで
songs.
すかね。さあな、俺はヤクザになったことねえからわからねえ。ま、気が変わったらいつでも連絡してくれ。
Okay.
じゃあ。
So far, we've beaten up a guy. We've menaced a bunch of punks, or a bunch of punks tried to menace us, and we just declined a job interview. Now we're smoking a cigarette. Heyo! Now we're getting into some big city living. Hey man, you need to go wash your face. So, chat, what do you think? Keep watching the cutscenes or try to skip to some gameplay? I'm happy with either, I really am. I do want to move around at some point in this game. But I don't want to miss anything that's going to be important. And if this guy's emotional journey at 10:45 at night is important, I totally respect that. Oh? We're getting somewhere? Maybe? Don't skip? Okay, don't skip. End up very lost. It's me, I'll end up very lost anyways, but no, this is the feedback I needed. Big plot getting explained soon. Great, great. Thank you, folks. Keep me grounded. Keep me from making mistakes. I very much appreciate it. Imagine you're watching a mildly interactive episode of a crime drama and that's the stream. Works for me. I was issued pretty much that exact pager when I was working as a CNA. They used pagers to get us to go places. Which is wild to me, but... 10,000 yen vending machine. Do I want to spend my money out right away? Make your dreams come true. How much money do I have? I've got 30,000. I'm gonna do it. What do I get? Out of my way, sucker! I'm running. Now I'm jogging.
ほら早く金貸せって後で返すっつってんだろうが
困ります。勘弁してください。
Not the meek student.
ごちゃごちゃうるせえんだよいいからさっさと出せ
誰か助けて。
Running shakedowns on our turf? Someone needs to set them straight before they try anything really stupid. This aggression will not stand, man.
なんだよ見てんじゃねえぞ俺おいヤクザじゃねえのかそいつバカヤクザったって年も大して俺らと変わんねえどうせ下っ端だろお前らこの町に来んのは初めてかだったらなんだよ
Just admitting he's new in town. Yeah, so what?
カムロ町を歩き慣れている連中ならこの辺りでバカはしねえなんだとヤクザが偉そうに説教垂れてんじゃねえぞこら
We're the plaid gang. We wear plaid. That's how you can tell we're street hooligans. Okay, press X repeatedly to perform a rush combo. Most basic attack. Give me that. I can mash some buttons. How are you still upright? Press Y during an X combo attack to perform a finishing blow. Okay, alright. Nice. Double punches! Uh-oh. Okay, if the gauge flashes red, you're in bad shape. Grab the speed here and grab them. Oh, damn. That looks badass. You can strike back right away by hitting a button. I love that money is just flying out of their pockets. You're next, buddy. That's right. All right, nerd. Saving my best punches for you.
錦おめえいつまで経っても来ねえから待ち合わせすっぽかされたかと思ったよ
Hey, Toxic Shade. Thank you for the sub. Welcome in, welcome in.
興味ね。
相変わらず硬いね。まあいいや。とりあえず飲みに行こうぜ。久々にオールで付き合えよ。な？
あ
ありがとうございました。
は？
いや、この度はどうも。
This poor guy.
お日柄も
Bad
良く
day.
行くぞ錦。
Poor guy. Should rifle through those guys' pockets.
しかしよ。お前も様になってきたよな。もう一発のヤクザだ。今日の取り立てももう済ませたんだろ。
まあな。
これで風間のおやっさんも少し安心するか。
Done with collections.
あいにく俺の取り柄は喧嘩の腕っぷしだけだ。お前みたいに器用じゃね
Everyone
え
is
か
good
ら
at
な。
the dance.
何言ってんだ。こんなバカみてえな時代だぜ。楽しまなきゃ損だろう。少し頭使えや。
風間のおやっさんが無所から出てくるのは年明けてからだ。それまでに俺も少しは器用になってくさ。
へえ。ならまずそのみすぼらしいなりから変えてみな。
Hi to you, Toxic Shade. Glad you're able to stop in. Hang out as we play Yakuza 0.
お前もたまには50万のスーツでも着てみろよ。そうすりゃ世の中の見え方もちったか。
Maybe you're not good at video games.
俺は服なんかどうでもいい。風間のおやっさんだっていつも
Airball,
地味な
welcome
服着てんだ
in.
ろ。
Welcome in. Bring in the apple sass.
なあ、あの人は組の若頭。堂島組のナンバー2だぞ。あのレベルまで行きゃそれでも通用するがな。極道商売にある程度見えが必要なんだよ。
お前が最近車買ったのもその見栄のためか。
このこじゃれたライターも俺んだ。そろそろ返せよ。
見栄張りてんならケチケチすんな。
お前も本当は分かってんだろ。人は車のエンブレムと着てい
So
る
I
服
like
の
where
ブラ
this
ン
is
ド。
going.
そしてこの
Because
堂島
something
組の
else
大
about
門を
me
見て
is
素
I
直
will
に
do
喜
a
ぶ。
lot of stuff in video games to get a new outfit.
ヤクザは見栄張ってなんぼだぜ。
That kept me playing Borderlands a hell of a lot longer than I had any right to be playing it because I was like,
仇
get
に
new
癖してア
outfits.
コギな商売するやつに借りた金で遊びまくるバカ。
And I feel like we're
Come on,
gearing
don't you
up
need to
to
know
do some serious outfit shopping in this
奴ら
game.
にとっちゃ外
I'm
見
into
が
it.
全て。
I'm ready. I'm ready to drop some cash on a suit.
それより飲みに行くんじゃなかったのか。
おうおう、そうだったな。よし、たまにはピンク通りにでも行くか。あの辺りにいい店があるんだ。さあ行くか。
Oh, this is nice. Right trigger to follow. This is actually a pretty good quality of life improvement because I hate when you have to follow a character because inevitably you're running faster than the damn character. And like, you get past them and the game's like, wait, you gotta follow them. No, one button to follow to do what the game wants me to do. Yes, into it. Good work, Yakuza 0. This works for me.
金は使いようで売買にもなる。で、その手の情報をつかむには街で遊んでアンテナ張らねえとな。この街でしのぐってのはそういうことさ。可愛い女子大生がよりどりみどりと言われついていったらバーバーばっかり。
Salad.
5000円ポッキリのはずがぼったくられる。そういうのも全部勉強だと思えばいい。つがそう思わない
Hag
と
Salad,
やってられ
also a
ねえ
great
だろ
name for a band.
なんだよ。今のはものの
It is like autopilot, but cooler.
別に俺が実際に体験したってわけじゃん。 なあ、とにかく今日は俺
No,
の
this is
おごりだ。
great. More games should have this option. If they're going to force me to follow someone, like,
いいな。
don't let me do it at my own pace. That's just frustrating. It's just asking for disappointment. This is probably an unpopular opinion, but this is great. You know, and I know that, you know, Cyberpunk 2077 and like Cyberpunk in general is heavily inspired by you know, urban Japan. I get that, but this is really giving me Cyberpunk vibes right now, which is the whole point. I know Cyberpunk is picking up on this, but just needed to share that. What is this, a fight? Heck yeah, more fighting. Gonna punch the dollar. Oh, they're fighting. I mean, kinda. This middle-aged man's got a problem. Important business. Hey, Captain Peel Card. You should sell Press to Follow as a DLC feature in all games you make and see how often it's purchased. I'd buy it. I'd do it. Hey, no worries. Happy you're here hanging out. Good to see ya. But yeah, I'm gonna be a Press to Follow advocate for all games moving forward. Faster way to fix this. Sober him up with my fists. Depiction of 1988 Tokyo is pretty futuristic for being extremely on its sleeve retro as well. You know, and that's a vibe I like. What if we just remove the follow segments and PC just spit it out and not ask us to walk with them at all? Hey now. Hey, let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy. Yeah, how are we going to fill time in this game if we don't have follow sequences? Watch the heat gauge. Special heat actions. Okay. Whoa. How'd you knock me down? You did not need to knock me down. Come on. Oofta. Oofta. Sober up these drunkards. Your training is now complete. But these two drunkards still need some sobriety beat into them. You next, middle-aged man. I'm gonna get ya. I can point your direction. Fun fact, main character, also drunk. Are you sober now? Better than coffee? Apparently. Apparently it did sober them up. Or gave them short-term memory loss. A little bit of both. Oh, I like how they got into a fight. because they were dissing each other's favorite idols. What's better than coffee? Nothing. That's the correct answer. Well, fists. Fists are better than coffee for creating sobriety. I don't think so. I think more head trauma actually is not a great way to promote sobriety. Aging foreigner. I just helped a couple guys work off some alcohol.
Yes.
Yes. Whoa. Japanese mafia. Something like that. Yes. Real dynamite boy. You're practically a toddler.
Ah.
People love it when you tell them how young they are. They love it. That is a perfect way to create an alliance with them. People universally respond well to being told that they are like an infant.
Hey. What?
Oh, up for a night with your main dog? Yeah, I know Havok loves it. You spend all your money playing around, you'll never get stronger. You gotta invest in yourself. Like a gym membership?
No.
That's no better than spending it on booze. I'm talking about investing in yourself. Literally. Eat your money. Take those dollar bills or yen, wad it up, chew it. Chew, chew, chew. Swallow. You have now invested in yourself. You'll even get returns. Upgrade tree. Let's see. Heat gauge will slowly rise over time when you are wounded. What can I afford? New. I can pick one for free. Reduces the damage you take. This one's 30,000. I'll do that. Okay. All right. Money spent. Great. Ooh, inventory, equipment, pager. Anything? Nothing. You keep pouring money into yourself with a little training, that talent of yours will grow in no time. So keep the women and wine on a budget here. Free. Investing in myself, literally. Never thought about that. Yeah, I guess I am glad I stood up and talked to you. What a weird old man. What's his deal?
さあ行くか。
Alright, auto follow engaged. Chris Jericho at 70 years old. I don't know who Chris Jericho is. I'm out of the loop on Chris Jericho, I guess. Who's Chris Jericho? Hey, drunk guy. A wrestler? Okay. Man, busy night in this particular neighborhood. There is a lot of debauchery.
相変わらず品のねえ街だよな。
だから人が集まってくるんじゃ。そいつらが酒やら女やら欲しがって集まる場所な。
なんだ不器用。
皆を。
錦山く
Hey, ladies.
よ
なんだあいつら。
現役女子大生ホステスの
College girl
まどか
slash
ちゃんとゆいちゃんだ。
hostesses.
あ？
ねえポケベル鳴らしてるんだから電話してよ。今度いつお店来てくれるの？
今日後で顔出すよ。
本当に？
なんだ
I
よ
like her Beetlejuice
俺の言うこと
blazer.
疑ってる？
うん
It's a solid
信
look.
じたいけどな。
そんなこと言うなよ。ほらお小遣いだ。
やった信じてるよ。
I trust you with my life. Oh, girl.
女ってのは器用なもんだね。
ありがとう。じゃあまた後でね。待ってるよ錦山くん。
いつの間にか大した顔じゃねえか、錦。
お前さ、俺があの女たちにまんまと小遣いせびられたと思ったろ。
Well, what did you do?
けどそうじゃねえ。女とつながっ
Building
とくこと
connections
が
with
大
girls
事
is
なんだ。
important.
いいか、組の上にいる兄貴たちは基本的に女にモテない。あの人たちは見るからにヤクザでございますって格好してるからな。
Not the fun kind Yakuza.
だから兄貴たちと飲むときいろんな女連れてくとそれだけで小遣いくれるし、俺の
So if
組
you
で
show
の
up
覚
a
え
pack
も
of
め
girls
でたく
every time the bosses invite you drinking,
どうせ極道やるなら
They
どんな
remember you
手
and they
使って
give you
ものし
money.
上がらなきゃ意味がねえ。違うか。
Oh, because they can't get the ladies themselves. Got it. I was like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
店は
Alright,
ここ
alright,
だ。
alright. Hope you're ready, because I'm not stopping till morning. Gondolieri, I think we're gonna need a translation there. This looks like a very classy establishment.
お前、ボトルキープなんかしてるからよ。常連なのかと思った。
Personal
ちまちまビール飲むより見栄えがいいだろう。
Looks a lot
店のも
cooler
のに
than
顔
ordering
も売れる。
beers.
俺は安く見られるのは
なるほど。
Best left untranslated unless you want a haunting. I don't. No haunting.
確かに見えって
It's
のを
Beetlejuice
大事に
three
して。
times in Japanese.
おめえもこの世界でのし上がりたきゃ
Thank you.
少しは見習えよ。
Thank you.
でもおめえはそう
I
いう
do
タ
not.
イプ。
I've got enough nonsense in my life. I do not need Michael Keaton as
おやっさんの
Beetlejuice
背
in my
中を追い
life.
かけて、孤児だった俺ら拾ってく。
いや、もしかしたらおめえは今おめえが下で頑張って風間のおやっさんが出世すりゃおめえにも出世の芽が出てくるかもしれない。そういうのし、ただ
Hard work versus
おめえ
flashing
は
your
風間のおやっ
cash.
さんの子じゃ
Which is the
ない。
best strategy?
堂島組の組員なんだ。おやっさん、なんで俺らのことを風間組に入れてくれなかったんだろうな。
よせよ。おやっさんに。
まあ、そうだな。
Probably right. Who can question the logic of mob bosses?
よし、真面目な話はもうやめだ。カラオケでもしてパーッ
Let's
と
get crazy on
騒
some
ごうぜ。
karaoke. Heck yeah.
わかった。
Yeah. Okay.
今日はとことん付き合うぜ。
All right, guys, put it in your chat. Put it in the chat. What is your karaoke song? Support them with interjections. Sing long tambourine maracas clap. Oh boy. Oh boy. My karaoke, I've got two of them. My karaoke songs. One is Tainted Love, not the Marilyn Manson version, or Sweet Dreams, or maybe these. Both the originals. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is not going great. Okay. Oh, Lord, what did I get myself into? Ah. I got distracted there by the awesome costume change. It just doesn't end. Oh boy. 64! Heck yeah. Bad 20 times, mistake 30 times. Karaoke bozo. You're not wrong. Good Place reminded you of Beetlejuice? I guess I can kind of see that. Good Place is such a good show.
知らなかったぜ。おめえがあんなにカラオケ好きだったとはよ。
バカ。それはお前がハメ外そうとか言うから仕方なく付き合ってやっただけで。
嘘つけ。
Sure.
その割にはノリノリだっ
Sneak
た
off
じゃ
and
ねえか。
practice on the sly.
よせよ。
No.
そんなわけねえだろ。
No.
それにしても思いっきり歌ったら腹減ったな。締めにラーメンで
Yep,
も行っとく
Gondolieri,
か。
that's the one.
まだ食うつも
まあいいじゃねえか。付き合えよ。
しょうがねえな。
A Good Place is so good.
行くぞ。前から思ってたけどよ。おめえいい声してるよな。曲のチョイスは渋い。
悪かったな。
Out of the way, NPCs. I'm perambulating.
少しは勉強しろって。流行りに遅れた男はモテないからな。
そうか。
つっても男のアイドルなんかは俺も
Yeah,
今
no
勉強中だ。
spoils.
知ったかぶりしてなんとかやり過ごしてる。
それ
It's still an amazing show.
周りにバレてんじゃねえのか。
And the last episode is also amazing. And just emotionally challenging. That's all.
最近はマジで
As all
可愛い
good
子が多
last
いぞ。
episodes should be.
おお、そうなんだ。
ああ、帰ったらチェックしてみろよ。案外ハマって俺より詳しくなるかもな。
さあ、
Gondolieri,
そ
that's
のうち
legit.
俺ら二人、8匹でコンサート行ってたりして。
お互い想像したくねえ姿だ。
だな。
イタリアさんは違うな。
Yeah, they really did go all night. It's now 6:50 a.m.
あ、おい、なんだよ。全然食ってねえじゃんか。
だからもう食えねえって言ったろ。大盛りなんか頼みやがって。
情けねえこと言うなよ。それでも男が。
You're gonna wuss out of this giant bowl of
11時
ramen.
頃、カムロ町の一角で発見された若い男性の変死体は激しい暴行を受けており、警視庁では殺人事件とみて付近を捜査中です。ただいま続報が入りました。若い男性の身元が判明したとのことです。死体で発見された男性は都内在住の会社員栗原太一さん32歳。警視庁の調べでは 栗原さんは金融業者数社から借金を抱えていたとみられ、
Bye bye
今
kneecaps.
後関係者から事情を聞く方針です。
おい桐生
ん
カムロ町で殺したと。
よくある話だろうが。
いやお前昨べの取り立て相手のこと結構痛めつけたって言ってたよな。
Uh-oh.
こちらが栗原さんの死体が発見された現場です。
ここって俺が取り立てした場所だ。
おいおいお前マジか。
いや死ぬまで殴ったわけじゃねえはずだ。
この場所はカムロ町で人がごった返すネオン街からわずかに裏道を入った先にあります。ビルとビルに囲まれて人目につきにくいかなりいびつな空間という印象を受けますが、栗原さんの死体はこのわずかに残る更地に倒れていたとのことです。
こいつ
Uh-oh. No bueno.
俺が取り立てたやつだ。
お前本当に間違いねえのか。
はあ、
何やってんだよ。取り立てで相手殺しちまうなんてよ。誰からだ。組か。
ああ、早速呼び出した。
Do we think he actually killed him? Or
事
did
務所に
someone
電話
else
してく
come
れ。
in and finish the job?
やっぱり今のニュースの件で呼び出されてんだよなお前。まずいことになったな。いやお前ももちろんやべえけど、これで風間のおやっさんの立場も危うくなる。
何？
この不始末につけ込まれちまうってことだ。
どういう意味だ。
お前や俺がおやっさんに拾われたってことは堂島組の人間ならだからよ。俺らの不始
For it
末
to
は
become his responsibility.
だが俺がやっちまったことだ。おやっさんは関係ねえ。
そうはいかねえよ。殺しとなると
Murder is a big deal.
多分
It's true.
おやっさんの後釜に座ろうって連中は間違いなくそこをついてくる。堂島組若頭補佐の3人とかな。
くそ。
そもそも半年前おやっさんが札にパクられたのもその3人の誰かに売られたって噂だ。
なんだそれは。
おやっさんの仕切ってた鳥羽周到に場所変えてたのにいきなり摘発食らったろ。ありゃ組の事情に詳しいもんが札にチクったとしか思え
Double
ね
crossing and dirty dealing in a crime family?
え。でそれが誰かって言や
Shocking.
3人の若頭補佐の一人クゼの兄貴だった。
クゼの兄貴がおやっさんを札に売ったってことか。
もちろん証拠があるわけじゃない。でもよその件でおやっさんが無所に行ってからクゼは偉い息。
何しろ
I feel like
今
we're
は
gonna be
組
hunting
に
this
連絡するし
Yakuza
か。
guy.
そうかそうだな。分かった。俺はとりあえず知恵。
すまね。
Payphone around here. Seems like that would also be a great time for a save if Sean Beanland's advice holds. Ta-da! Better call the family office. They call him Brother Kuza. Mr. V, I didn't know you spoke Japanese. That's pretty cool.
あ、はい。クゼの兄貴に言われまして。桐生さん、
The office right away.
すぐ事務所。実は若頭補佐のお三方が桐生さん
Very
をお
cool.
待ちで。
そうか。
The only other language I know is... I mean, kind of. I used to be... conversational in French.
聞いてるか。
But
おいおい。クゼの兄貴に言われまして。桐生さんをお待ちで。
I I studied abroad in West Africa in college, and spoke exclusively French for several months. Never got that great at it. It's something that, and I'm certainly out of practice. It's something I can read more easily than I can hear, and speaking is probably the worst. So I'd love to be fluent in something else besides English at some point, but hooligans, not in my town. But it's hard. It's hard learning a new language. One of my ultimate goals in life is I'd love to learn American Sign Language. I think that would be awesome. In the Netherlands, Dutch, English, German, and French are mandatory in school. French and German you can opt out of, but not immediately. That's one of the things that, like, American education doesn't do well is other languages. Growing up, each year, I think in elementary school from, like, 3rd through 5th grade, we would, spend a couple months, like, learning another language. Like, we had a Spanish module and a French module and a German module, but, I mean, it was barely enough to, you learned how to count to 20, and that was about it. Everything good? It looked like the stream dropped there for a second, but seems like we're okay. Taking a cab. Yeah, for the US, Spanish definitely makes sense, and I think that's something that is becoming a lot more common than when I was going to school. Like, now there are Spanish immersion programs in which kids of all languages are taught in Spanish for the most part, from, kindergarten on, and then, go home and speak English. So, kids are becoming a lot more fluent in Spanish. Which I think is cool, and I think that would have been something I really would have loved at a kid. Just stand around and people come and get me. It's fine. Use the money. I do love that money just goes flying out of these guys' pockets when they, But yeah, nearly everywhere else in the world does language education better than we do, which is a bummer. It doesn't. Yeah, okay. Take a detour. Let me find out how to call a cab. Is that something I need to do in the world, or do I do it with my pager? How do I get to that? There we go. Pager. Alright. That is not how one calls a cab. Need to catch a cab at the south end of King Street. Okay. Okay. I got it. I see the arrow now. I'm paying attention. I got this. Double punch, double kick. Grab you, punch you in the face. Kick that bike. Is this my cab? Hello. Kojima Family Headquarters. Let's go! Learn most of your English from Star Trek and the A-Team. That's great. That's awesome. You know, interestingly, what was actually kind of helpful is when I was in Mali and, you know, still learning French, like, as I was there, but it was watching American sitcoms that have been dubbed in French. And, you know, they had Will and Grace, but, you know, Karen from Will and Grace has a very distinctive voice. And her French dub did not have that voice. She had a very normal voice, which really threw me. I was like, this isn't Karen. Karen doesn't sound like that. But, you know, being able to, like, watch the story, you learn a lot of context clues. I think media is a great way to learn a language.
ずいぶん待たしてくれるじゃねえか。偉くなったもんだな。おう、キリ。
申し訳ありません。クゼの兄貴。
こんな昼間から東島組の幹部がガン首揃えてお前を呼び出した理由わかるよな。
Yeah, you in trouble.
カムロ町で見つかった死体の件ですが。
やっぱりてめえか。俺はゴロどころじゃなくなっちまったな。なあ、クゼの兄貴。
That is a purple blazer. I'm a fan.
お前に取り立てを頼んだ金貸しから組に連絡があってな。
金貸し？
東郷クレジットの社長だ。あの社長に頼まれて仇ぶっ殺したのはおめえだろ。もっともあいつは自分のせいじゃねえって早速逃げ打ってやがったかな。
I agree 100%, Mr. V. And it's a lot easier for kids to learn extra languages, more than one language, than it is for adults. So I think the school system should definitely do more of that, but that should be a priority for kids. Agree 100%.
どう幕を引くかだが。
ちょっと待ってください。俺は。
ジタバタすんじゃねえ。安心しろ。仇ったって相手も借金まみれのクズだ。臭い飯7、8年食えば事は収まる。
俺に掴まれた。
なあ、殺しの方はそれでお上と手打ちするとして。それより問題はあの場所からどう人目をそらすかだが。そうだな。
They're doing a very good job of making these guys incredibly menacing.
面倒なことをしてくれたもんだ。
あの場所って。
とぼけんじゃねえわ。
Place where you dumped the body.
おい、ゲリュー。おめえ、よりによってなんであの場所でやっ
Places
たん
in
だ。
town to kill a guy. Why do it there?
まさか風間の頭の指示ってわけじゃねえよな。
おやっさんの指示って。なんでおやっさんの名前が出てくるんすか。
聞かれたことだけに答えろ。 なんであの場所を選んだ？
S-class antagonistic character introduction. It's true.
それにチャカはどこで手に入れた？
Wait, did you get a piece? Did he give you that too?
それも貸し。
チャカ。一体何の話をしてるんですか？俺は
This is
銃
a
なんか。
setup.
この後に及んで白を切りつもりってか。
見つかった死体は痛めつけられた後、とどめに頭を打たれていた。
So
殺はま
definitely
だ
did
公
not
表して
kill
ね
him
えか
then.
な。
本当ですか？その話。だったら死体転がしたのは
Then
俺じ
it
ゃありません。
wasn't me that killed him.
俺は素手で奴を殴っただけ
Left
で
him
す。
up. That is all.
もしその話が本当だとしたら、
Someone set you up here.
お前。
Yeah, sure seems like it.
間違っても俺は銃を撃ったりはしていません。
と言ってるが、どうしますか？
嘘に決まってんだろ。たく笑いしやがって。てめえみたいな下っ端はめて誰が得するってんだ。
ああ、キリ。もう一度聞くぞ。なんでわざわざあの場所で騒ぎを？
金貸しからの指示だったんです。あの場所に相手を呼び出すから。
今言ったこと間違いねえな。
ええ。
どうやら金貸しから話聞く必要がありそうだな。
とはいえ、うちの組があの殺しに関係していたっつうのは事
Our
実。
boys was involved in the killing.
しかも場所が場所だ。このままじゃあっちの仕事に支障が出ちまう。どうするよ、クゼな兄貴。
答えは一つだろう。
Only one possible answer, which he will not share. Unless... Gonna share? You know, honestly, this is a very immersive world. I'm really enjoying this. I didn't know if I would, but there's some pretty excellent storytelling happening here.
あそこは通称空の一坪って厄介な土地なんだ。お前ら下っ端は知らねえかもしれねえけどな。堂島組長から俺ら頭補佐の3人に命令が出てたんだ。どんな手使ってもその空の一坪を手に入れろとな。
空の一坪。
針の穴ほどの隙間もない繁華街に偶然できた一坪の空き地だ。それを親父が欲しがってる。親が欲しがるものを差し出す。それが子分の義務ってわけだ。だがその場所で堅気の死体が見つかった。あの土地が世間の目を引いちゃ地上げしようにも手出しが難しくなっちまう。ほんと困った話さ。なあ。
それがおやっさんとどんな関係が？
あの一坪にはな別の意味もあってな。堂島の親父に差し出したやつにはとっておきの褒美が用意されてる。
褒美？
So this is a game about the acquisition of an empty
不在の
lot.
風間の頭の後、堂島組次期若頭のポストだ。つまりあの土地は俺ら頭補佐にとってただの一坪じゃねえってことだ。まあ最初はてっきり風間の頭とつながってるお前が俺らの邪魔するためにやったのかと思ってたが、その顔色じゃ何にも知りませんでしたって感じだな。
ちょっと待ってください。それじゃ風間のおやっさんはどうなるんです？
さあな。だが組の一大事に無所にいるようじゃ頭は務まんねえだろ。おまけにだ、ガキの頃から育ててきた可愛い子分が理由はどうあれ仇をぶち殺しまったとあっちゃ。
Throat.
き
Machiavellian.
っちりけじめつけねえとな。
おやつさんは関係ない。それで俺も殺しはやっていません。
そういうことは殺につってもヤクザの言い分聞くほど連中も暇じゃねえだろうな。殺には今日中に実施しろよ。それと縁故詰めとけや。
Aha!
お
We
前
talked
の
about
ことなら
this.
組長に挨拶しとかねえと
Leave your little finger behind.
通らねえぞ。
Is he gonna do it or is he gonna go rogue? Yeah, go talk to the loan shark.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm?
Oh.
You got a face more sour than a lemon, boy. There's not a lot going on right now. A lot of stuff on his plate. Yeah. Had a favor.
Yeah.
Just need to talk to a couple guys. Be here soon. Oh, hey, speak of the devil. Here they are now. Oh, that is a look. White pants, turtleneck, black bomber.
Oh.
Huh?
Just give me my money before the big gentleman behind me gets impatient. Bruno here, he's got a short fuse. Especially for stubborn types. You think you could take Big Bruno there in a fight?
Huh?
Yeah. At the light down. Can't have you getting spooked over a chump like him. He's bargain bin muscle, dime a dozen, bottom of the bracket.
Huh? Yes.
Yes. Okay, alright, pay the money.
Hmm?
You wanna pay me double? Like I'm gonna buy that? You're drunk off your ass, old man! You have your tank back there, fight us for it. He beats all three of you, 2 million's yours. We win and we don't owe you a thing.
Huh?
Shit, you're not drunk, you're crazy! Bruno's famous around here for busting heads. Snap you like twigs.
No.
3 against 1 wouldn't be fair. I'll tell you right now, I am not bailing you out.
No.
Ah.
Oi.
He'll be fine. Just a little workout. You just focus on keeping an eye on the action, boy. Watch Kamoji's moves. And fight! That's rad! Learn some new skills. Very nice. He's fine. Told you, didn't I? Big guy didn't land a single punch on him.
No.
Hey, you in the coat. Homeless dude. Brutus barely got a scratch on him. You gonna try and finish the job with those weak-ass punches?
Yeah.
The kid, take it from here.
So
Alright, I said I wasn't gonna bail you out, but watching him just put me in the mood for a quick round. On to round 2 of the 2 million yen murder parade. Bert, take him! You switch to rush style by pressing left arrow. One advantage of rush style is you can evade with a series of quick steps by pressing A repeatedly. I cannot press. Ooh, fancy fancy! Use rush style moves to crush Bruno and show him who's boss. Using the rush style, you can stun enemies by hitting them a certain number of times. Attacks on stun enemies will knock them down without fail, so X attacks are effective against foes that are hard to knock to the ground. Okay. Whoops. You got me. Okay, the fighting in this is actually really kind of fun. Way more fun than karaoke was. Karaoke was not fun. Eat it, Bruno! Too fast! Oh, wait, you were proper Yakuza? Oh, sorry. We're just working for Toko Credit. Oh, interesting. I have business with your boss. You know where he's at? President? I figure he'd be at the office at this hour. And that takes care of our little debt, right? Bruno here will have to cover the difference. That's kind of how debt collection works. Oof. Sorry, Bruno. Bad day. Especially since we just punched all the money out of your pockets.
Oh? Yes.
Yes. Well, people call me Bacchus, and I came to you because I had an angry thug on my butt. Real steal of a deal is what he is. Got a gig sweeter than honey. Real fascinating to watch. You should go have a look too, boy. What does he do? What you call it? A fisting artist. That's not really my scene. Nope.
Aww.
It's a punch-out artist.
Yeah.
Okay. Not hot. Customer pays a fee, they get to throw as many punches at me as they like. I don't think I follow. Is this too Nah, nothing like that. Come and watch. Got plenty to teach you about fighting, my boy. You'll kick yourself if you don't check it out. See you soon. Can't convince you to take on the world?
Oh, man.
You got potential most men can't even dream about. The world champ title could be yours. Not some starry-eyed kid who'd fall for that line. If you're looking to scout someone, keep looking. You keep living street fight, you'll wind up in a knife between your ribs in some dark alley. That's no way to go out. belong in the light, the spotlight, and I can get you under the brightest ones. What do you say? You and me versus the world. Okay, we just met. You're not gonna change your life around because some old geezer asked you to. I get it. I'll give up. For now. That doesn't mean I'm giving up for good. You got room to grow like a tree. I'll keep coaching you along the way. Great. Sorry, man. I gotta go to jail. No knives or ribs. Oh, no knives or ribs. No knives in those ribs or bullets. Trying to jinx me? See you later, Bacchus. So, let us find a phone booth and we will save. I think this is a good place to call it for today. And while we are... Oh, the camera is weird here. While we are working our way towards a save... I wanted to plug a couple things. First, Mr. V has picked all the rest of the games for the month of November. Havok, Mr. V got the big redeem, and so Havok's going to be playing Mr. V curated games. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and you should come check that out. The other couple things I want to plug is... Signups are open right now for December 2022. If you are at all interested in playing DOS games for a good cause and supporting the... just did that. Supporting the retro Twitch community, check out the Discord, check out December, and consider signing up. How do we get out of here? Well, we will just go to the outro. Havok, can you find us somewhere to raid? So yeah, December is coming up fast. Get your name in on the list. Get ready to play some DOS games, and support the retro streaming community. So those were the two plugs I wanted to make. I also want to say thank you. This has been a lot of fun to take over Havok's stream for this past week, and I know it was a work week, not a full week. Yeah, like I said, I've got just such a huge appreciation now for the work and the infrastructure that goes into streaming. It's certainly not as easy as just sitting in front of a camera and playing video games. There's a lot that goes into it, and so y'all should be proud. If you're streamers, you should be proud of the work you're doing, because this is not an easy thing to do. And it also has highlighted for me how important how important viewers are too, and folks engaging with you in chat. And it's just a really kind of beautiful thing that happens on Twitch, and I just have so much more appreciation for it now. So thank you, Havok, for giving me the opportunity to take over your stream. So my week takeover is done. That being said, I am going to try to find some time to complete my playthrough of Doom 3. About halfway through the game. Really enjoyed it. So I think you may see me for a couple extra streams finishing up Doom 3. And that'll be part of my stream takeover, but I don't know when those are yet. So keep an eye on Havok's schedule, and I may be seeing you on Mars in the coming days, coming weeks. So thank you all. Thanks, Mr. V. I appreciate that. We're going to be raiding over to Cortland. So enjoy Cortland's stream, and thank you all for being awesome. I have really enjoyed this, and I will see you around the Twitchverse. See you around later. So thank you, everybody. Oh, one other thing I need to plug. Tonight at around 7 p.m. New show. Havok and Matt Glad are be going through positive gaming news from the week and a week's worth of new releases on Steam. It's a ton of fun. Come check it out. I'll be there, but not in front of the camera, giving up the reins to Havok. So we'll be Havok will be back live tonight doing new show with Matt Glad. So please join and check it out. All right, and with that, we are going to raid over to Cortland. Have a great afternoon, folks. This has been a pleasure. Talk to you later.